Okay, so let's do the royal family. So,
You got Prince Philip on his deathbed at the moment. He's dying. You've got Prince Harry. I don't even know if I guess he's still considered, yes, he's still considered a prince, but you've got Harry and Meghan that are, if she had her way, she would completely trash the royal family. And to prevent her from doing so right now is what they're doing.
so
She's
what's
a
I
weak
don't know anything
person.
about it. I do see that they left the royal family or whatever. What is going on with that? She hates the royal family, but it's so new. It's like she just got there. Why is there so much hatred? She married, is it the guy that she likes? I mean, she had to have think in the back of her, oh my god, I'm marrying a prince, I'm going to be a princess. She had to think that way. I mean, what happened?
Um
She's got kids
so
there.
again, you're looking at, he's not ambitious. He's not ambitious, right? He's just there by default. She's extremely ambitious. And again, this is a way to advance her um, popularity. Who had actually heard of Meghan Markle before they got married? Many people? No, hardly anybody knew. And, or before they were, engaged. Hardly anybody knew who she was. She knows how to play the game. This girl can play the game, and she plays it very well. She does.
What about the
Um,
queen? What's her perspective? Does she know that she would be like this? That Megan would be like this? I mean, does she even care?
um, yes, she cares a lot. She cares a great deal. Does she
She views
know
Megan
that?
as the enemy.
Yes,
Why
yes,
did
because she's been through this before. This is almost like Diana revisited.
That's what I was gonna
Um,
get at. I was gonna circle back
mhm.
to that. There's another person who says that they're sharing the same soul. So Diana, so she's basically filling the shoes of Diana. Why is Megan going against the royal family? What is that? What is the does she have secrets? Does Megan know secrets? Are they
I mean, she does have secrets. Look, it's a lot more simplistic than that. She doesn't like the customs. She doesn't like the pomp and circumstances. She doesn't like the manners. She doesn't like the rules. When you're in the royal family, you're bound by so many rules and traditions, and it was controlling her life. She actually had no intention in the long term to stay in England. She had no intention. Harry is very easy to control. He's quite naive. He's quite passive. He's not a strong personality like her. She's calling all the shots, and
Oh,
he's just going along
so
with
how
it.
does she feel about him? I mean, is she in love with him?
No, I don't think she's in love with him.
Does she have
I think
respect
she
for him?
loves him. I don't feel that she has a lot of respect for him. No, because she's calling all the shots, right? It's going to, now she's launching herself. He's just there for the ride. I mean, who pays attention to anything that Harry says? Nobody.
I don't know.
They're really looking at her, and again, she's got a team of people, and they're launching their own brand. This was all a ploy, really. I mean, she knew what she was doing. I mean, I'm not going to say she doesn't like him, but this was a ploy to launch her own brand. And what a better way to get noticed.
And so she's kind of a snake in the grass, it sounds like. I mean, you looking at her, I kind of think good for her, but if that was her intention the whole time, I mean, you know, poor Harry kind of like falling in love with a girl, an actress, and you know, thinking that this is going to be good for him and having kids and being in the family, but she's using him. Is that true?
It sure seems that way. I mean, look, I'm not going to say that she doesn't like him and doesn't love him, but she was only ever going for people that were going to raise her and make her more successful. It wasn't anything about, I'm going to get married to him because I love him. It's like, wow, I've hit the jackpot.
Oh,
And
I
she
see.
also says whatever, in the beginning it was saying whatever he wanted to hear, and just to lasso him in. But it's hold on.
Res-
Yeah. Seth can edit all this out anyway.
no, I
Yeah.
did. I was able to pause and record.
Yeah.
So she went in there with ambitious intentions. They have the
Mm-hmm.
baby. She's exiting the family. Let's talk about Princess Diana. Honestly, I'm not so in touch with all this stuff. Anything that I find out is just new information. But I did hear that there is a connection. Like she's picking up where Diana left off. This is like
Um,
karma coming back to the queen or whatever, or they're connected somehow.
mm,
What's the connection psychically between Meghan Markle and Princess Diana?
well, they're very similar in some ways. The fact that they're both trendsetters, they're both beautiful. Can't deny it. She's absolutely stunning. Um, they both want to, they both were fashion queens. She's a fashion queen, but all of that royal duty was very stifling for her. She wasn't allowed to launch herself in the way that she wanted to. She wants her own money. She wasn't allowed to launch herself. And so therefore the only way to get out of this was to leave. And he agreed to leave. Now, I'm telling you, she runs the show. She does. This really wasn't a mutual decision. I mean, now he's sort of she planted the seed, and now he's had to really, like, you know go along with it. But deep down inside he feels extremely guilty. He feels like he's betraying his family. They're the only family that he has. It's lonely at the top. And if you want to talk about the top of the food chain, he's right up there. And now they're trying to make themselves likable, because I don't know if you know much about the UK. A lot of people in the UK despise the royal family. They call them squatters. They hate that they have a lot of money. They hate that the crown owns most of the land. I mean, even if you own property in the UK, it's based into two camps, which is leasehold and freehold. And most people are under leasehold property, which means that the queen actually owns all the land, and you have to pay rent. It's small amount, but you have to pay rent to the queen. You have to pay rent to the queen for the land, and then after so many years, that land automatically reverts back to the queen. And so even your property in the UK is not necessarily yours. You just own the bricks that it sits on. And unless you arrange a buyout or a freehold buyout, which costs a lot of money, you cannot ever hold that land, and they have the right to take it. That a lot of people despise the royal family for many, many, many reasons, and that being one. Another one being the fact that a lot of people in England are poor, they struggle, and the royal family is just, you have to look at the history of how all that came about, where the servants and it's like Downton Bloody Abbey, isn't it? I mean, if you ever
Yeah,
watch Downton Abbey, and all the Downton Abbey fans, I mean, that's what it is. And so the UK citizens are really still the servants, and and they sit at the top. So for Megan, she knew exactly what she was doing when she married Harry. She wasn't going to marry somebody who wasn't going to further her career. Now she's trying to launch herself as a brand, like the Kim Kardashians, like, those other females that are their own person, their own brand. And that's exactly what she's going to do.
Does she know any
Um,
secrets from the royal family that the royal family is worried about it, or it's not like that? Like they're not worried about her revealing something that maybe Princess Diana had knowledge of, or is there anything there?
I
If you
mean, there are
see,
things there, but that's a really non-classy way to launch yourself. I mean, she is trying to do it with a little bit of class. So if you wanted to really trash the royal family and launch yourself that way, that would be very short lived. You would be splashed all over the papers maybe for about a week or two, and then how would you keep that brand going? You'd then, I guess, have to write a book. Okay, you might come out with a book, but then that would die out as well. So she doesn't want no short-lived success. She wants a long-term success to launch herself as a brand. That's why they're going to do podcasts. That's why they're going on the show. By the way, all the questions that they're going to be asked are already preloaded to their PR people. So there won't be many surprise questions in there. It's all going to be well thought out, constructed answers. She gets a lot of coaching. She doesn't, I wouldn't say she's very mentally savvy and like an intellectual. Um, but she definitely is very manipulative. Yes, definitely.
the queen, what's her perspective on the whole thing? I mean, isn't she happy for her son, or
She's
worried?
just had
She
enough.
knows he's a dib. She knows he's
She's she's had enough. I mean, look, she's been through the ringer with this family. Um, she's had enough. She's always been the establishment, and they're more flexible. The rest of the family are a lot more flexible in terms of their, being, I guess they think they're being trendy. They're breaking with tradition by trying to be more open to the regular people. uh because basically they're untouchable. Really, they're untouchable. They're trying to be more likable, but uh you know she's had enough. Really, she's had enough. Megan's behavior does not surprise her at all, not in the slightest. She could see that coming a mile away. She doesn't believe Megan has any class or character. She thinks she's stale, as as cardboard. Is what I'm getting, stale as cardboard. She's just, you know, and the queen can see that she's using Harry to launch her career.
what does she feel about Harry? What does the queen feel about
She's
Harry?
just, she's
Because it was his
sad.
decision. I mean,
Well, it was a forced decision. I mean, really, she really sunk her teeth in and was like, and you know what? In some way, the British press is so awful. They are not nice to the royal family. I mean, they're nice to the queen, but if you put one foot out of line, the whole country is going to know about it. So the British press can be really nasty and hateful, and that is why you have to be so controlled. You're not allowed to just spout your opinion. You're not allowed to leave and go out into public without being, presentable. You keep your words down to the bare minimum, because they know, anybody who knows how that whole thing works, it's like a machine. They know what the press are like. The press are vultures, and the press will ultimately tear you to shreds. Well, Megan can't keep her mouth shut, and she was ripped to shreds. Ripped to shreds. At first, the
who was
UK
ripped to shreds?
embraced her.
Megan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And at first, the UK embraced her, but then they realized very quickly that, she wasn't going to go along with the establishment, and she wasn't going to be an ideal representative, because basically you turn up at different functions, you smile and nod, you cut the ribbon, break the bottle over the ship, whatever it is you're supposed to do. But she can't do that. She can't keep her mouth closed. It's very stifling. And so they basically, the British press ripped her to shreds.
Hmm.
Hang on. Press basically just ripped Meghan to shreds.
Is there
And
anything else to throw in there as far as anything coming
I
through
I think that I don't think they'll stay married. She'll dump him
eventually, or
eventually.
what is it?
Eventually.
What would be the reasoning? Is because that he's holding her back, or is it because she doesn't have respect for him and has her eyes on somebody else?
Just because he would be holding her back. Yeah. She wants to listen, she wants to be an icon. That's her goal. She wants to be an icon, and she wants to bust through all of these traditional, ways of life. She wants to bust through the stereotype icon. She wants to bust through the fat, she wants to be the ultimate, almost like, I know that everybody knows who Marilyn Monroe is, right?
Yeah.
Even now, even many years after her death, people still know who she is. They still look up to her, even now. That's Megan. That's who she wants to be like. She wants to be revered as like an icon. Listen, if it was about the money, they've got all the money they need. What why would she even have to launch a brand? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is the point? It's not about the money. It's about the fact that she wants to be queen. But queen in a different way. She wants to be queen of culture, queen, you know what I mean? That's what she wants. And I think
Is she going
after
to achieve it?
that was
Or
what, yeah, that's interesting. No, I don't feel that she will achieve it. Um, no, she's not going to achieve it. She's going to be so busy, she will never have time for Harry. But I think years down the line, she's just, unfortunately, she'll end up just fading out. She's she's talking about launching her own fashion lines, her own jewelry lines. She wants to be a household name. That's what she wants to be. And it's just, no, it's not going to happen. And is anybody ever going to be a household name ever again? I think in order to be a household name nowadays, you need to be a multi-billionaire. That's who is a household name. Elon Musk, Trump is, whether you love or hate him, he's still a billionaire. Everybody still knew who he was before he ran for president. Everybody knew who Trump was. So George Soros, th- that's who the household names are. They're not so much as these female icons. Yeah, Kim Kardashian is an icon, absolutely, but she's a fashion icon. Megan wants to be bigger than that. She wants to be the household name that everybody knows about, everybody talks about, everybody absolutely loves. And no,
what
I don't
about the
think she's
kids? Are
going to
they going to
achieve it.
suffer? How are those kids going to come out? What are they like?
They're going to be very cold. I mean, they're not. Look, and I'm not a I'm not going to say I'm anti-feminist, but even I'm a realist. You can't have it all. You just can't. And any parent knows that. And if any parent believes that they can achieve this wonderful, loving uh, home for their children where they're always around, they're always there to wipe noses and put band-aids on knees, and then they can also become this, insanely successful person. uh it's impossible. I'm sorry, that whole thing of having it all is a fantasy. And somebody's going to suffer. Ultimately, it's going to be the children. And they're not getting that bonding, now with the mother. The mother's very quick to hand the children off. Or her child off. So, that whole bonding, that mother baby bonding for brain connections is very, very important. I feel like the children are going to be very cold.
Okay. Okay. All
I
right.
don't think they're going to have more than two.
Are they going to maintain their wealth, or is there going to be something that happens to the royal family as they mature?
Um, I don't see their wealth really increasing by the amount that she would like.
Okay. I'm sure they could still do whatever they want.
I mean, come on, they're not like the regular
Yeah.
person who's, gasping for financial air. I mean, look how many people are, it's funny because I was reading this thing on a forum last night where so many people hate Bill Gates. And I think what it is, it's the understanding of how much power these billionaires have, and it actually instills a lot of fear in people, because I feel like they get it. They get how irrelevant the government is now. They get how irrelevant, a lot of things are. And these billionaires seem to be running the show. I mean, you can now go to Facebook jail. I just had a friend come out of Facebook jail. I was like, where are you? I've been in Facebook jail because I called somebody a pleb because she insulted my fashionable glasses. Yeah, and the person reported her, and she got put in
Nice.
Facebook jail. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they were having a bit of a fashion war on Facebook about, oh, I don't like your glasses and I don't like your hair, and you know and because she says, well, you're a pleb and look at your hair, I don't like the color. Next thing you know, somebody reports another person and my friend goes to Facebook jail. I mean, that's, if you can't openly discuss things, if you can't openly discuss things now, because we're at the mercy of these companies, aren't we? We're at, because that's the way, that's how we communicate now, right? So we're at the mercy of these companies. That's how we do this mass communication. And if you can't, like, disagree with somebody, or you know what I mean, like, they have
Sure.
control. They have
Yeah.
control. Before, it was the government or the newspapers that would shut down freedom of speech. Now it's bloody Facebook. So I feel that actually all these Bill Gates haters, and they sort of, they don't understand why they hate Bill Gates. Most of them don't. They just know that they do. But what it is running and underneath their conscious mind is this huge fear at how powerful these billionaires are. So that's my theory on it.
Hmm. All right. I'm going to end our clip here for the royal family.
Awesome. I love the Royals.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't sue me. You got to be careful with this stuff. She sues
Fuck
everybody.
them. Fuck them. What are they going
That's
to do?
why you got to hide yourself.
Let them come. I'll just take it down. All right. Fashion and beauty live. I'm going to do a quick scan of psychic reading Elizabeth April. Of course, I don't look like it's hard to find it when